Hello again from Medellin, Colombia. I'm Dave Mengen. We're here for the America's Championship. Day 3 of competition. We just saw Canada defeat USA in an exciting match. And now we were about to watch Colombia and Argentina. Players coming to the floor. Colombia looks to be Martinez, Orozco, Gonzalez, number 8, and Vanegas, 25. And for Argentina, it's 11, Fernandez, 30, Gomez, 23, Bandini, and Matias Cardozo, number 7. Colombia wins the tip. And Martinez unable to catch that pass from Orozco. And the first thing we'll do is turn it over. So they lose the possession arrow and lose the first goal. Not the way they wanted to start here. Gomez bringing the ball up court. And hits Fernandez. Somebody's wheel went, and over goes Cardozo, number 7. Gomez appears to have a number shaved in the back of his head, but it's not his number. I think that says 35, but his number is 30. I wonder if someone did that to him as a joke. Because I do see there's another Argentina player with their number shaved in their head, but it's actually his number, number 20. The mysteries of rugby. We will try and unfold those for you. Hernandez, wheel swap. And Argentina in the blue will inbound. Colombia set back in the key. Argentina looking to score that first try. Gomez can't get through, can't get to the corner. Martinez all over him. Will not let him get away. Cardozo hit by Orozco. And back to Gomez, who reverses across the try line. Martinez to Vanegas. Vanegas across half. Cardozo there to meet him. Now Fernandez. Orozco with the ball. He turns back. Looking for some help. He sees a corner and slides in before Gomez is able to stop him. Into Gomez. Gomez stopped, but Fernandez with the ball. Little trouble pulling it in, so he has to slow down. Going back looking for Gomez. Gomez not looking for the ball, so he goes to Cardozo, and Cardozo gets it to him. Gomez fights his way through the corner. He gets past Gonzalez. Paula Martinez up. Orozco, unsure of what to do with the ball. He's got Venegas, but they're going to run out of 12 here pretty quickly. And he calls timeout because he isn't able to catch that the way he'd like to and doesn't have control of his chair. So Argentina leading this 2-1. Another South American rivalry game. Always fun. And now we have a stoppage. Argentina kind of making it sound like a soccer match, which is amazing. 15 years ago, when I came to Colombia with some teammates to demonstrate this sport for the first time, and a hell ball, we had the opportunity to go see a game between the two crosstown rivals, Santa Fe and the Millionaires. And it was just amazing. Nothing like I've ever seen. Intercepted. Orozco unable to get it on the wrong side for his good hand and popped out by Venegas hitting him from behind. And now Orozco comes across half. And Colombia looking for their second try. Orozco gets it. Orozco on Gomez. Bandini trying to shake him. He does Gomez, but Gomez trapped by 3 Colombians. That means it's all up to Orozco to stop this play. Fernandez gets it up to Cardozo, who has a picker. But here comes Colombia help. Can't squeeze through. Hands it, tries to pass it off to Bandini, and somehow ends up in the hands of Fernandez. Argentina leading 3-2. Almost 3 minutes have passed in this first 8-minute quarter. Martinez ahead to Venegas with the touch pass to Orozco. Orozco around the corner, gets it to Venegas. And Fernandez laid out. He just rolled up on a wheel. And I think Orozco turned his chair and it just kind of threw him. So we'll get him righted on the magic carpet. Coach Vargas giving some direction to Venegas, number 25. And the inbound's coming. Orozco stuck on the pick of Bandini, but the ball comes out of the hands of Gomez, and it's like in the mayhem, Orozco made contact trying to get to that ball. And he will sit this one out. Gomez with the ball. Martinez hooks him up and swipes at the ball, but unable to get in there. And Gomez will score the try, 4-3. Argentina leads Colombia with 4:41 left in the first. I apologize. Some very long days. Venegas gets it up to Martinez. Martinez will take her time, protect the ball, get it to Venegas. Cardozo tried to knock her silly, so she'd spit that one up. And 11, Fernandez will inbound. And it looks like Orozco Needs a wheel. Colombia put up a great fight against USA for half, as well against Canada for the first quarter, but unable to finish off that game the way they'd like. And here, struggling a little bit against Argentina, but still in it. And now Orozco forced to use a timeout, and his wheel stolen from Vargas. Vargas on the bench, who had been previously starting instead of Venegas. And Rodriguez instead of Gonzalez. Also seeing Christian Amaya out there as a starter. And back to play. Gomez coming up court. Gets stopped. Tries to get around to pick. Ends up having to throw it over the top to Cardozo. And he'll give it back to Gomez. Cardozo looking at that corner. And Gomez throws it to Fernandez, who's unable to catch the pass. Score is 4-4. We are halfway through the first quarter. Martinez of Colombia inbounds to Venegas. And chair position given up by Gomez as he swipes. Probably could have stopped him at the line. Venegas gets across with the ball in control for the try. Colombia regaining the lead. Gomez up front. Orozco chasing him. Gets in front of him. Forces him to turn back to Venegas. And Fernandez there to take the quick pass and tie things up. 3:45 left in the first. Venegas. Looks to get across half, does. Passes it to Orozco. Orozco sees Gonzalez. Gomez gets the pass. Calls equipment. Looks like he has an axle issue. Wheels falling off. And the inbound from Fernandez. Gomez chucks it. And Martinez, the recipient. Inadvertent whistle. Referee blew the whistle. Thought it was over and back. Not over and back. Shot clock resets, as it should. And Colombia with possession after that turnover. Matias Cardozo swiping at that ball. Venegas able to get out. Gets it to Orozco for the try. And now Colombia up by 2. with only 3 minutes left in the first. Cardozo looking for Fernandez. Fernandez has a pick and Bandini. Fernandez back to Gomez. Orozco trying to get there. Gets a piece of the ball, but unable to get it out of the lap of Gomez. So Venegas bringing it down court with Cardozo there, but not able to stop. Inbound to Cardozo. Oh, it goes over his head, and Martinez picks it up fighting with Bandini. Orozco gets it. And Orozco pads the lead. Gomez swiped that by Venegas. It'll still be Argentina's ball. Orozco gets his hand in there, gets it away. Bandini's chair has the ball, and now Gomez has it. Gomez tries to make a pass. It was tipped, but got to the recipient, and Argentina has to call timeout. That quick exchange. Colombia starting to show their prowess here. Only 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first. Argentina having more and more trouble getting this ball across half court. And as they use timeouts later in the game, they won't have them to rescue them from turnovers. We'll see the results of that later on. So Colombia settles in the key as Argentina inbounds. Gomez getting in a dribble. Tax has plenty of room on that corner. Venegas kind of left that one open. Paula Martinez has Venegas over there, but not clean enough. Orozco gets it back to Venegas. Ducks under Gonzalez. And he's got a picker there to make sure he can make that try. Fernandez to Gomez. And, geez, they called that a spin, but he went straight over. It wasn't like he turned. So Gonzalez, number 8, this lady Gonzalez, will spend some time in the box. Argentina on the power play. Cardozo looking for help. Knocked away. But Venegas was already out of bounds before he was able to make that catch. Colombia might want to be careful with those swipes. They could have 2 guys in the box before they know it. Quick inbound to Cardozo. And swiped out by Venegas and out. Gomez fighting for the ball, but Orozco gets it and gets the shorthander. Minute 14 left in the first. 11-7. Colombia leads. Argentina still with the extra man. Turns it over again. But last touched by a Colombian player, they will get another opportunity. 1 minute left in the first. Cardozo brings the ball back up top. Open to set up a play. Gomez now in the key. Sealed by Bandini. And that'll be the try. Apparently 8 called inbound, so the referee's going to make him do it, as he should. Orozco to Venegas. Gonzalez leading the charge. Passed ahead to Martinez. And she gives it back to Orozco, knowing they're going to want to work the clock here. 22 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Orozco taking his time, down to 15 on the shot clock. 10. And he calls timeout with 14 seconds left on the game clock, ensuring Colombia can run this out. So the shot clock back to 15 by rule. When you call timeout and the shot clock is below 15 seconds, it reverts to 15, which is why you see teams calling timeout at the end of a quarter like this with 14 seconds left. It gives them the better chance of scoring the last try. And we'll see Colombia here trying to do just that. So Fernandez comes out of the key. Trying to get in the way of Venegas. Orozco fighting. Trying to get to that corner. Might have had a chance to put the Cardozo over the line. And he hits the cone. No try. And that'll end the period. Colombia leading 11-9. This is the America's Championship Game 2, Day 3 here in Medellin, Colombia. I'm Dave Mengen. We will be back with the second quarter in 2 minutes. Teams coming back onto the floor. Orozco getting a rest. Vargas, Neme, Amaya, and Rodriguez, number 10, on the floor for Colombia. No change for Argentina. Vargas. Will drive the offense. Swipe there by Matias. And Colombia shorthanded, looking to score this try. And now we've got a lot of hands on that ball. Gomez looking for a foul, and he gets it. Gomez having foul trouble in the last game he played. The first game of the day yesterday, Argentina played. He had 2 flagrants, getting him ejected from that game, and he sat the second game of the day. But now that he's served his time, he's back. So the inbound to Vargas, number 11. Over to Amaya. Amaya twisting and turning. Probably needs to get in a dribble. He does. Working his way around Charlie Neme, number 7. And sneaks by Bandini for the try. Fernandez gets it to Gomez. Gomez drops underneath. Vargas there to stop him. Cardozo hooked up, but across half court. Cardozo now looking for escape. Wants to get the ball to Gomez, but Gomez too close for his taste. There he gets it to him now. He's got some open space. Vargas there. Neme in front. And it will be Cardozo with the try. Neme looking for a sure in. Gets it to Vargas, but it doesn't catch it. Gomez knocks it away and gets the ball back. He tries to get through, can't. Looking for Cardozo. Cardozo tells him, go left, which opens up the right side of the key. Nobody there. And Bandini opens up that corner for him. Neme looks at Vargas, who drops the pass. Picked up again by Gomez. And now 2 minutes into the quarter, Argentina's back in this. Rodriguez chasing that ball, unable to get there before Gomez makes it difficult. And it's Argentina's ball. Fernandez to Gomez. Gomez swiped by Vargas. Ball's loose. Vargas can't get there. He's hoping Amaya can. And touched by Argentina at the last second. The ball's turned over to Colombia. I think that would have been out on Colombia had it not been touched by the chair, Fernandez. So Vargas has an open corner, takes it. And now it's 13-11. Fernandez looking to inbound. Argentinian coach making some changes out there. Okay, we've got Gomez with the ball. Ducks around Bandini. Comes back. He's got Vargas in the way. Vargas stops him from getting around the cone. Amaya behind him. Back it goes to Cardozo. Cardozo patiently looking for an option. He's got Fernandez in the middle. Gomez takes the ball. Gomez looking at the corner, doesn't see it. He gets it to Cardozo all by himself in the corner for the try. 13-12, Colombia ahead. It appears both teams have an equipment issue. Vargas, I'm guessing, an axle. Apparently Argentina's fine. More singing from Argentina, which is great. Another pass that doesn't go their way for Colombia, and off the front of Neme's chair. Argentina will take over in the corner of their front court. Gomez. Gets around Neme and Vargas. And he will score the try with 4:47 left. And we are tied up at 13. Amaya catches that pass. He's got Rodriguez to pick for him. Also has Neme. Dives into the middle, tries to create some space. Cardozo there to get in the way. Bandini getting his hands in too. Vargas picks up the loose ball. Gomez trying to get him as well as Cardozo. He's hanging on the ball. Amaya had to get out of the key. He was close to 10. And now he's getting just harassed. And Gomez gets the tipped pass. Cardozo puts Argentina on top. (14-13) Argentina. Just past the halfway point in the quarter. And the teams go to the benches. Colombia calling a coach's timeout. As I watch this game, I'm pretty certain that Colombia has yet to put out what they consider their A line, giving some of their players an opportunity to play this game in the intense situation of everything you do matters. You know, when you put in players, when the score is lopsided, they can make mistakes and it doesn't mean anything, so it doesn't register the same. So when you have the opportunity to play to your competition, put in a squad that matches your competition, no disrespect for Argentina, but I think that Colombia has shown this weekend that they at least have the potential to dominate this game. We have not seen that. So we will continue to watch. Looks like Colombia making a change here. Moises Alonso with Rodriguez, Vargas, and Neme. Argentina staying with their 4 strong. Alonso bringing the ball up. Vargas gets into the middle. Neme opens up the corner. And carefully squeezing through that hole is Moises Alonso. And we have contact before the whistle on 23 of Argentina. That's Bandini. That's their first warning. Timeout being called. Gomez unable to get the ball out of the backcourt. So he has to use a timeout. And I thought that hissing sound might be somebody filling a tire, but it was not. Rodriguez, Uriel Rodriguez, needs a new tire, new wheel. So Colombia back at it. Argentina will inbound to Gomez. Gomez across to Matias Cardozo. And that try will be scored by Lautaro Fernandez, number 11, Argentina. Vargas gets the pass and takes that one across with 3:08 left in the game quarter. Doesn't look like anybody scored that goal. Now they did. It's 15-15. And Argentina, 16-15. Argentina leads. Neme to Alonso. Alonso finds his pick. Neme leads him up court. And he jukes Gomez. Gets across the try line, tying things back up at 16. 2:42 left in this quarter. Vargas wipes it away. And Vargas now will run with Alonso. Looks at the corner, gives it back to Alonso, who has a little trouble but able to catch it. Corner is open. Rodriguez there to pull Bandini back. And now Colombia with their first lead in a while. This is a back and forth game. Looks like Rodriguez needs another wheel. Maybe it's just his axle. They're not coming out with one. Oh, there it is. Yes, he is. Changing things up. Fernandez to inbound for Argentina. Cardozo up high. Rodriguez keeping him away. Gomez with the ball. He's been taking the inbound most of this game anyway. And Gomez runs into Vargas. Gets it over the top to Cardozo, who's going backward. Smartly turns his chair around. And we've got equipment there for Alonso, but they will not stop the play as long as he continues to advance. So tying things up is Cardozo with 1:52. We close in on halftime. Colombia with the advantage because they have the ball. Vargas loops back around. He's got Rodriguez to help him. He'll go on his own. Spun a little bit, but able to retain control, so no penalty called. Those are penalties because those are dangerous. And we have contact before the whistle. Both teams have received a warning, so Rodriguez will sit in the penalty box. Fernandez back into Gomez. Shorthanded, he's got Neme in front of him, but Neme will be smart and not reach. Minute 28 on the game clock, and they score. Rodriguez now locked up by Bandini. Alonso and Vargas trying to get to the ball, and it's Alonso. He goes back to his pick. Neme gets him set. He tries to go through the middle. It's hooked up on the chair of Fernandez. And Vargas fumbles the ball, able to get it back. Stuck in the middle and squeezes out. Short little pass to Alonso. And with 1:04 left in the half, Colombia gets the try. Gomez, again, finding his pick. Hit, but ahead to Cardozo. Neme trying to get Bandini off of his teammate Rodriguez, number 10. But he's unable to, so Rodriguez will inbound. Vargas now looking for the inbound, but it goes to Alonso. Alonso. Trouble. Looking for Vargas. Throws it to him. Vargas has to throw it across half or call timeout. And he calls timeout. 38.4 seconds left. 29 on the shot. Colombia going to their bench. Tied at 19 here in the second quarter of the America's Championship. Colombia and Argentina battling. Colombia losing 2 games to the United States and Canada. Argentina having lost to Brazil. And I believe Canada. Alonso gets by Fernandez and Cardozo. Fernandez comes back, hooks him up. And it's Vargas for the try. Neme is being held off court. Should at least be allowed to get on the court. Gomez over the top. Cardozo. And looks like this Fernandez lying on the ground. Cardozo sitting at the line like that, if he's not advancing toward the goal, they could have stopped him from getting that try and called equipment. They did not. The player was in no danger. Nobody was there. The play wasn't anywhere near him. And time expires. It's halftime. Score is 20-20. Teams are tied. Argentina, Colombia at the America's Championship. I'm Dave Mengen. We will take a little break here and hope you come back in 5 minutes. Just about to resume action here in the third quarter of this match between Colombia and Argentina here at the America's Championship in Medellin, Colombia. Argentina running the same line, and Colombia, it's like they are bringing out all the guns for this one. Vargas, Orozco, Neme, and Rodriguez. Colombia in the key. Fernandez opens up the corner. Gomez there to hold it. Cardozo can't get away. Rodriguez has got him. Fernandez comes back, tries to get things open up in the middle. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Not the level of urgency you're feeling from the crowd. Gomez tries to get around the corner again. Fernandez has the corner. He tries to bust in, unable to do it. Cardozo's in the middle. He finds Bandini, who gets the try. Neme to Vargas. Vargas across half, goes back to his pick. He's around the corner. Gomez there, but Neme slows him down enough that Vargas goes through untouched. Fernandez. Back to Cardozo, who Gomez trapped. Cardozo patiently working his way around underneath. Gomez backing up across the court. And the referee is signaling. I don't think the shot clock started on time, because it said 38 a second ago. Well, 6 seconds ago. So they will redo this. Do-over, inbound, this time to Gomez, who can't get by Orozco, not with the help of Vargas anyway. Gets it across half, and Neme hits Fernandez, able to get the ball, but smacked in the face by Bandini, and Bandini will pay the price. Charlie Neme to inbound. He's got Rodriguez, but not going to take it. Vargas not available. Orozco now works away behind his pick, gets rid of Gomez. Vargas getting rid of Fernandez. And Colombia gets the try, putting them ahead by 1. 1:15 into this third quarter. Referee fixing comb before giving the ball to Fernandez. And it's Gomez, met by Vargas. Over the top, back to Fernandez. Hit by Orozco. Neme has him from behind. Fernandez trying to get it to Cardozo or Gomez. Just a pile of people. And a timeout called by Argentina. No way he was getting that ball out. Lots of arms flying. 6:28 left in the quarter. 22 Colombia, 21 Argentina, our score. As Colombia drops back into the key. Argentina taking advantage of this timeout since they used it. It's only a 30-second floor timeout, so they'll be back quickly. Inbound goes to Gomez with the number 35 in hair on his head. But he's number 30, as you can see. Passing it over the top, and Bandini unable to get the ball. He had to catch it and get some momentum back toward the line, or he was going to get stopped. Unable to accomplish both. Neme with the long pass to Vargas. That's a 1 making that throw. And Vargas makes it a 2-try difference. Bandini calling to inbound. He was being held back up court by Rodriguez of Colombia. So Gomez now behind Bandini. Shot clock running. 5:50 left in the quarter. Gomez with it now. Swiped at by Neme. Orozco stops Gomez. Gomez hooked up by Rodriguez, and timeout called as Fernandez about to get punched across the line. Not often you see the defense call timeout like that. In fact, I'm surprised you can do that if you don't have possession of the ball and it's not a dead ball. So Gomez following Bandini and tries to get through the middle, giving Bandini an opportunity to open up the corner. And Rodriguez taps on, knocks it out. And they say it was last touched by Argentina. So it'll be Colombia's ball coming out after Gomez gets his axle put back in. If anybody down there has a throat lozenge and you want to bring it up here, I'd be truly appreciative. Neme. Trying to hold the whistle for a second. Orozco. Affectionately Orozco. Vargas follows his pick up top. Orozco can't get by Gomez, but he finally does. And Vargas will get the try. 24-21, Colombia in the lead with 5:04 left in the third. Inbound to Gomez. Orozco there to meet him. Rodriguez hits him in the side. Vargas hits him in the side. Nobody able to stop him except Orozco, but Orozco pretty much stops himself there. He just got off balance and there was no way to save himself. He did stop the motion. There's no penalty, no turnover, no true consequences there. Slowed down the ball. And Gomez, after that hit, axle needs to be popped back in. Fernandez. Now we'll inbound to Gomez. Orozco takes a swing. Takes another swing. Pops in the hands of Neme, who goes to Vargas. He thought about going over the top, but rightly changed his mind. And now we've got Fernandez reaching in. Orozco somehow pulls that down and gets the try. Now it's Fernandez with the flat tire. That was a fun play. Argentina now down by 4, 25-21, says the scoreboard. If I can read it correctly from my perch. 3.5 minutes into the third. It is Cardozo, number 7. Running the ball. It's been Gomez a lot of the time. He throws it over Gomez's head, and they run out of time to cross half. 12-second violation. So Neme in to Orozco. And Vargas hits Fernandez in the wheel, and over goes Fernandez. Don't see many hits like that. Low pointers usually don't want you to hit them in the wheel like that, in the front of it. Inbound, Charlie to Vargas. Orozco around the corner with the help of Rodriguez. And now Colombia with a 5-try lead. 4 minutes expired in this third quarter. Gomez has it. Gets it ahead to Fernandez. Fernandez hit from behind, unable to get the ball, and Colombia will just protect it so that no Argentine player can get there. And we have a floor timeout, or a coach's timeout, apologize. That the coach called. It'll be 1 minute. We will sit and wait. Colombia now seemingly controlling the momentum of this game with the new line. This being a line we've seen start a game. Argentina stingy on the substitutions, knowing this is their best line. Fortunately for them, Gomez served his 1-game suspension already. Otherwise, this would be a lot more challenging for them. Gomez is a huge part of their offense. So yeah, as I was saying, 15 years ago, we did a demonstration here in Medellin and 3 other cities in Colombia of wheelchair rugby. How far they've come. South America has grown so much in these 15 years. Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile. Over the top to Rodriguez. The sky hook from Orozco. Colombia, I believe, ranked 11th in the world. Orozco swipes it and gets it back right into his lap. Gomez fouls him. And Orozco will get out of that pile. A little frustration there by Gomez at losing the ball. But he has a minute to think about it. Charlie Neme. Now we're looking at the potential of substitutions, but obviously that can't happen now. Amaya back in for Colombia. Number 9. Tries to get Fernandez off the back of Orozco. Rodriguez sitting next to Cardozo, who is making very little effort to stop this goal. And now Rodriguez looks a little bit close to me. We'll see. Unless Gomez calls inbound. Which he will. A lot of chairs up front of him today. Bandini coming back down. Gomez has to get it to Cardozo. Matias pushes up the side. Hit by Amaya, swiped at. They're trying to punch him out of bounds. He's holding as tightly as he can. He gets it to Gomez. Saves that one. That could have been a turnover or had to use a timeout, but he was able to get that ball out quickly before he crossed the line. Really good play. Cardozo getting in a dribble. 10 left on the shot clock. Back to Gomez, who backs in. 2:07 left in the third. Colombia on top. Orozco makes a little contact, turns away, giving Cardozo the opportunity to be righted before this play continues. So he's up. Doesn't look like he needs any help getting his straps or tape done, so we'll go right back to play. Neme, Orozco right in front of him. Defended by Fernandez and Bandini. But now we see the change in personnel. Castro, number 8, in. Gastaldi, number 12. And Herrera, number 1. Herrera drops back to the key. Amaya gives it to Orozco. Defense now sliding into the key. As Colombia sets up play, Orozco turns back, tells Amaya what he wants. Amaya dives into the key. Orozco fighting his way in. Hit from behind by Amaya is Herrera, and Herrera leaves the court, causing the penalty try. It'll be Gastaldi to get the inbound. It's knocked away by Orozco, who picks it up off the floor. And with 1:19 left in the third, he will again slow this thing down. Talking to Amaya. Running the play. Amaya gets into the key. Orozco around the corner of Gastaldi. Cardozo. Hit from behind is Castro, and that'll be a turnover as he crosses the half-court line. Colombia taking complete control, 30-22, 47.7 left in this third quarter. Apparently, the Colombian coach decided he was done with the closeness of this one. Amaya, the hit. Rodriguez out there, but Cardozo protecting that pass. So Orozco finds his way out behind Neme. Neme working to get him out around Gastaldi. And now we'll slow it down. 15 left on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock. And timeout is called, leaving 16 seconds for Colombia to try and get the last try of the third quarter. This game was very tight through the first half. Colombia seems to have gained control here, 30-22. They also have the possession arrow, so they could theoretically get 2 goals out of this by scoring the last one and then potentially the first of the next quarter. And score he does. 4.2 left, Orozco. And Rodriguez gets his hand in there. So Argentina will inbound from the side. A little bit more difficult inbound position because as a player, you can't move. When you're inbounding from the baseline, you can move from side to side. But in that corner, you have to be up against the corner. And you can only come in at straight or at a 45-degree angle, somewhere in between. Waiting for the officials to decide this is okay. So now 3.2 seconds left on the game clock. And Argentina will be content with catching the pass and keeping it out of the hands of Colombia. So after 3, it's 31-22. Colombia in the lead. Fourth quarter coming up in 2 minutes. My name is Dave Mengen. Come on back here to Medellin, Colombia, and see the final quarter of this game.
Soy Talía la que está en el streaming. Soy Talía la que está haciendo el streaming. Hola. Es que la aplicación una toma de era para Gracias.
All right, getting ready to finish up this game. Fourth quarter here in Medellin, Colombia. It is Argentina versus Colombia. Colombia in the lead right now, 31-22. This is the second game of the day here at the Americas Championship. It'll be number 8, Gonzalez, who inbounds and intercepted there by Herrera. Will get the try. So Argentina stealing one there. They needed that one. Orozco should have no trouble with this one. (32-23), Colombia leads. Orozco tried to get into that one. Cardozo gets it back. And as Castro and Rodriguez come together, it's Rodriguez who ends up on the floor. Castro calls for the inbound. Herrera and Cardozo working together to try and get one of them open. And Herrera beats Orozco. And now it'll be Gonzalez on the floor. And rather than wait until that try is scored, because he's in the middle of the action, there's a lot of safety risk there. So we'll get him back upright. This is an aggressive sport, and it appears violent, but it comes right down to it. We don't want any of these guys to get hurt. Half of the rules in the sport are seemingly safety related. And off the carpet now is Gonzalez. So the inbound from Castro to Herrera. Herrera spins, tries to get to the corner. Venegas pushing on Castro. Castro can't get across the line, and we have leaving the court. So Colombia will take over on the side. Over the top to Venegas, who goes to Rodriguez, who's approaching the try line at full speed the whole time. Wanted the first pass. Orozco went to the safer one, and it ended up with Rodriguez anyway. Cardozo looking up court. Herrera, catchable pass, popped out of there by Venegas. I think that touched Colombia last. I don't know why they're not picking it up. So Argentina gets across half thanks to Colombia. Castro to inbound. Herrera tries to get around Venegas. Now we see a pick and roll. And it looks like Orozco might have a flat. Cardozo over the top to Castro. Castro able to settle it, and he's going to cross the try line. And we will see an equipment call here. Yes, it was Orozco. Tried to play defense with a flat. But should really call that in case the ball does not, stops advancing toward the goal. Then he would get that before the try is scored. At least that's my opinion. All right, inbounding now is Lady Gonzalez. Venegas gets it over the top, and it's Uriel Rodriguez. Chased by Gastaldi. And now it's Argentina contact before the whistle. And that's their warning. You get a warning every half, if I remember right. We haven't used that rule in the U.S. for a few years. Orozco pops it out and gives Argentina a new 12-second clock. He's created some turnovers that way. I still wouldn't recommend it unless we're in a desperate situation. 6:32 left in this game. Cardozo looks to pass, gets it out to Castro. Castro back over the top to Herrera. Herrera backing up, spins like a top. Settles the ball in there, looks at the middle, knows he can't get it, gives it to Castro, and Castro backs his way in. So now it'll be Herrera, Juan Manuel Herrera, Who needs a wheel? Just don't want to spill any water. So the inbound from Gonzalez and Orozco comes to Herrera, decides he'll give it to Venegas. Colombia leading by 10 with 5:56 left in the fourth. Cardozo gets it ahead to Herrera. Herrera with the nonverbal communication, a little head pop. Orozco tries to put him across the line, unable, but he did pop the ball out of his lap. Fortunately for Argentina, Cardozo able to get it, and Orozco overly aggressive this time. We'll sit this one out. 5:34 left in the quarter. Still 35-25. Colombia. Castro of Argentina will inbound. And Castaldi will go out in favor of number 10, whose name I still don't have. Cardozo, the reach, does not pop the ball out. And it's Castro with the try. So that'll bring Orozco back on the floor, and we have another equipment. This time it's Herrera. And they're coming out with a roll of tape. A tape, incredibly useful. It prevents blisters. It holds gloves on. It can be turned backwards so that it makes your hands or stumps stickier, your arms stickier to help you bring that ball in. A lot of times you'll see them wrap and then twist the tape upside down and wrap again, so that players have that extra tackiness when they don't have the grip of strong finger muscles or any finger muscles or any fingers for that matter. Orozco ducks under Gonzalez, and he will take this one across. With the clock down to 5:14. Castro drops the pass. And Orozco picks it up and pads the Colombian lead. Now 11. Cardozo pushing hard, protects the ball from Orozco, who loves to reach in there. Cardozo taking his time. He's got 27 seconds. Gonzalez, he draws him back so Herrera can pin him in the corner. Instead, he fights his own way through and gets across the try line. Now Orozco triple team, meaning Venegas gets the inbound. Herrera tries to get a hand in there, as it were. And Rodriguez taking the far side, making sure that Venegas has a pass option if he needs it. Castro inbounds. Herrera uses his chair to make sure he's the only one that can get that ball. Gonzalez follows him in so he can inbound. This lady, Gonzalez. Venegas wants to get it to Orozco, can't. Now he will.
No me va a volver a preguntar que si los borra porque me enloquezco.
4:07 left in the fourth quarter. Castro looking to inbound. He's got Herrera. Herrera not going to try and push past Orozco, so he bumps it, and Venegas catches it to Rodriguez, number 10. And he'll score the try. So they're going to say that is off Venegas. We have substitutions coming for both teams. Vargas, Amaya, and is that 14 Mangua? Can't see his number. Yes, it is. And Fernandez, Bandini, and Gomez all back in for Argentina. Cardozo gets the ball to Gomez, who gets it to Fernandez, who scores the try. Amaya looking for Vargas. Vargas not there. Gets it to Orozco, who gets it to Vargas. Vargas has a pick. And the 40-second shot clock did not start, so we will have another do-over. Clock issues happen. It's hard to sit there. I've tried to run the 40-second clock. You want to watch the game. You don't want to watch the referee to see if he twists his finger around. So while it's very difficult as a player to do all that work to get the ball out and across half court and then have to start it over again, I certainly understand why it happens. Amaya, number 9, especially in a game that's interesting or with teams you care about. Inbound for Fernandez. Gomez almost knocked out there by Amaya. And over goes Vargas. And because the play comes toward him, they will whistle this dead. Give him a chance to get up on his wheels. Starting to get a bit toasty in here. 1 o'clock in Medellin, Colombia. Very, very slight breeze. Just enough to exchange air, but not to make you feel cool. Fernandez to Gomez. Gomez will dribble. Turns back again. He's got Vargas holding that corner. Tries to push Vargas out. He needs to let go of his wheels to do so. And that'll be Cardozo across the line with the try. So Amaya now inbounding. Orozco. No. He tries Vargas. Vargas can't quite get there. And over goes Gomez in an attempt to save that ball because it was off him. It would have been Colombia ball if he hadn't gotten it. So he put it all on the line. Amaya, once again, will inbound. Vargas is open. Gets it to Orozco. Orozco trapped, throws it to Vargas. Vargas luckily turns back to see it. Amaya streaking to the goal line. Gets the try. 42-31 with 2:46 left in the game. Man, I cannot see that clock at all. Cardozo. Over to Gomez. One thing's for sure, Colombia in control of this one as Gomez crosses the try line. 2:27 left in this game. 42-31. I think you can see it more clearly now. Vargas up court, throws it up, and he's turned as he throws it. And Orozco able to grab it just as he crosses the line. Fernandez identifies himself as the inbounder with mere 2:17 left in the game. Gomez. Stopped there by Amaya and Vargas. Cardozo, number 7 in blue. Looking for the pass to Gomez. Gomez wasn't ready for it. He was trying to get rid of Orozco. And now Gomez out. Fernandez gets out of the key, so they don't have to worry about 10 there. Gomez has Fernandez opening up that corner. Orozco will not get around him. And he will let the clock tick down. 5 seconds left on the shot. 3. And a minute 39 left in this game. 43-32 Colombia. Both teams playing like it's all on the line. Vargas now being patient, knowing that the clock is his friend. Gets it to Amaya with 1:28 left in this match. Colombia, Argentina. Colombia in control. Inbound to Cardozo. Matias Cardozo working his way around the outside. Beats Amaya. Crosses half. He's got Vargas in his way now. Goes for the corner and takes it all the way. 1:15 remaining. Orozco again with the flat. Change they will. Preparing for the inbound, Amaya. Vargas held out by Gomez. Going to have to go to Orozco. Orozco got his good left hand up there, his only left hand, to Amaya, who will take this himself. If Gomez gets in the way, he'll just pass it to Vargas. Make the defender choose. Gomez gets it to Fernandez. Fernandez gets it back to Gomez. Gomez looking for Cardozo. He gets him, and he'll get this try. 48.5 seconds left in the game. Colombia looking to inbound to Vargas. Vargas gets up on one wheel. Hiding behind Amaya. Throws it ahead. Tries to get it to Mangua. Instead, chased down by Orozco. And Orozco fights his way to the corner. Opened up there by both Amaya and Vargas, but what is the call? Is it 4 in the key? No, I don't know. Penalty try. Gomez looking for an out. He finds one. And Cardozo. And the shot clock didn't start. There doesn't need to be a shot clock. There's 15 seconds left. I would call that an inadvertent whistle. Correctable error, as they say. Coach Vargas of Colombia, ask him what's up. He says, okay, this one's over. 25.3 Gomez throws it. Great pass there to Cardozo. And Orozco crosses the line. That is not a penalty goal because the ball handler had turned away from the goal. And Amaya thinks he's inbounding, but he's not. He's not from the baseline. It should be Argentina's ball. And Bandini now will go up. Bandini and Fernandez both going for the ball. Now Bandini's trapped in the corner. Gomez with the ball. He's got a hole. And shorthanded, he should be able to score this one. 10 seconds left. 9-8.4. 46-35, Colombia with the inbound to Orozco, who will chuck it over the top to Amaya. Amaya will try and catch and score, but Fernandez stops him. 2 seconds left. And leaving the court, they give them the penalty try. Colombia gets one last 0.8 seconds. And Colombia will win this game 47-35. A great match again here at the America's Championship in Medellin, Colombia. My name is Dave Mengen. We've got more rugby coming up for you here. It'll be Canada-Chile at 2:30. So got a little bit of a break, an hour and a half. Go get some lunch. Come back and see us.